Salute, Knicks Nation. The streets are buzzing as the Knicks pull off a huge win against Charlotte. Much needed win, but the Knicks also ran up the score, which is exactly what they needed to do. And the New York Knicks will now qualify to Vegas, baby, in this NBA Cup. Let's talk about it with the best chat in the biz. Salute Knicks Nation. It was a feel-good win, 115-91, and we got lots to chop up tonight as the Knicks go back 3 games over 500. We got Detroit on Thursday, but the Knicks will clinch at least the wild card spot to get through to the NBA Cup now. 50 grand, ladies and gentlemen, for every single Knick player right now, and with a chance to advance. So quarterfinals for these New York Knicks. How we feeling? You could see the players really wanted it, and congratulations to them. There's still a chance, as of this moment during live play, that the Knicks could actually win the group as well, but they're going to advance no matter what. If they clinch the group, they'll get a more favourable game, a more favourable seeding, and play an easier opponent, I believe so. But we're through, ladies and gents, so that's a positive. But for the season, get back to winning ways. You know, after that heartbreaker against Phoenix, the last second shot against Devin Booker, that's in the rearview mirror now, ladies and gents. And these Knicks are really a chance to set themselves up for this season. We did the heavy lifting, and now we've got an easier part of the schedule with Detroit, who have gone winless in their last 14 games. And we've got Detroit coming into MSG on Thursday. But tonight's game, it was a feel-good vibe from the beginning. It was a little bit of a lapse in that third quarter, end of the second, and carrying into the third. But the Knicks turned on the Jets and absolutely pummeled the Hornets. Emmanuel Quickley filled it up late. Julius Randle, probably his best game of the season, I would say. And we'll go through the numbers. We're going to give out the grades along with the chat. But the theme for tonight's win was 5 Knicks in double figures. Basically, beautiful ball movement. The ball was flowing. DiVincenzo rained some threes. Josh Hart also got on the scoreboard, fam. And you see Mitch Robinson's huge slam put back. Jalen Brunson, a quieter night scoring-wise, but he was doing his thing, still penetrating, devastating, and getting to the cup. Fam, JJ, Daniel, big task. Salute Jerry, what's good? The chat's popping already. And plenty to chop up tonight. As the Celtics, man, they won by almost 30. The Knicks had an 18-point head start on them. So we really needed to win this one by 20 or more. And thankfully, the Chicago Bulls did have a great sort of conclusion to that game, because they were down 35 at one point, and the Knicks surrendered their lead, and it wasn't looking good. But actually, Celtics win their group. We'll talk about the NBA Cup later in the show, as it is. But the story of tonight, man, Juju Randle was on beast mode. Facts tonight. He absolutely killed them on the glass, backing them down, was aggressive from the beginning. This is the Julius Randle we know and love. And passing the ball out of the double, and we're able to get some early threes, fam. So that was beautiful. We had the obviously the in-season court. Give us your thoughts on that. And the defense was good tonight. We'll look at the steals, but the New York Knicks did rack up steals tonight. And of course, the team's got to be feeling giddy, because every single player on the roster, assistant coaches, everyone's going to get extra money. So far, they're at least going to get $50K each, with a chance to get another $100K, and a chance to win some silverware or some trophies. Fam, there's been many Knicks and players on this team that haven't won anything in the NBA. So the NBA Cup's never going to be as much as, the real thing, but it's still something. It's something that they can say they won, and we're going to head to the Elite Eight, baby. No matter what, we're headed to Vegas, and we'll chop up what that looks like early December, the first week of December next week. and what's going to happen with that. But we give out the game ball, and you guys are there with me as well. Big Task says, is Julius Randle buzzing? Man, is he buzzing? Yep, absolutely. Facts. Right, I was rooting for the Bulls to hit those deep threes. They came alive late. Good win overall, yep. Obviously, LaMelo Ball. So no LaMelo Ball tonight, was out with a serious ankle injury. So we wish LaMelo Ball well on his recovery. But the Charlotte Hornets were no match tonight. I thought Brandon Miller, was solid again against us for the second game in a row. Miles Bridges got the boos from the Garden crowd. He was streaky. He was up and he was down. PJ Washington hit some shots as well. But the New York Knicks, like I said, 5 guys in double figures. And it was a complete domination from the get-go. As Mike Breen alluded to, possibly Steve Clifford, his buddy, gave us a break and took his starters out so that the New York Knicks could get that scoreboard ticking up, fam. But the New York Knicks won the fast break points. Second chance points absolutely killed them, 28-14. And points in the paint, 48-42. We shot 90% from the free throw line, first and foremost. So I've got to salute that. And we'll shout out our heroes who shot well from the line. Barrett got to the line a lot tonight. We ended up shooting 40% from 3. Quickley came alive and absolutely was blazing towards the end of this game. He was just popping them from everywhere after every single offensive board. Field goal percentage is good. Actually got it up to about 47% tonight. 16 turnovers was good, considering the fact that we had, I think, 8 turnovers at the end of the half, or at the end of the first, actually. So we actually took care of the ball late, considering we were trying to run up the score. 7 blocks. I absolutely love that tonight. And the 10 steals. Got a lot to talk about with DiVincenzo. I love his aggression. He really makes it difficult for the defense because he gets in the passing lane. And he's like he said, he gambles, but he's really aggressive, and I love it. Defensively, you can't just be standing still. We got 21 assists up, 58 rebounds to 46, and it was Julius Randle top scoring with 25 points. Miller got 18. Mark Williams, 12 boards. Julius Randle with 20 rebounds. Man, let that sink in. He was absolutely gobbling them up. And Jalen Brunson got us 7 assists. And Mitchell Robinson with 6 blocks. Man, absolutely killing them. This was a domination. Miles Bridges with the 1 block there as well. So, man, without further ado, let's give out these grades and look at this NBA Cup thing later in the show as things settle down, and it'll put things into perspective, fam. But I appreciate everyone for coming along, rocking out. The streets are buzzing, smashing that like button, because the New York Knicks, pulled in some cash and a chance to advance in this NBA Cup in Vegas now in the quarterfinals. Who are we going to play? And all of that. We're going to look at that later tonight. But appreciate you for joining and smashing that like button. Now let's get to it, fam. Top of the list, Julius Randle tonight. Like I said, best game as a New York Knick in this season. But best game for the season on 34 minutes was 8 of 15, efficient, 2 of 7. Ended up missing a couple of later threes, but was 7 of 8 from the line. 4 offensive boards, 16 defensive, 20 total, 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, and 25 points. Was a plus 27 tonight. Julius Randle, you're going to be advancing to Vegas. Step on up to the podium. You got a chance to win this trophy, right? And we know you love the extra 50K. I see you there, fam. I see you. But before we give out your grade, you get the game ball, fam. Julius Randle, you got your hands full there with some extra cash, possible trophy, and the game ball for tonight. So salute for you, man, for your bounce back performance. Was moving the ball. I love 5 assists. Yeah, they didn't really have anyone to go after him. He was aggressive, backing down Miles Bridges. I love the fact that he was going after him, and that mismatch there, sort of lack of size, and he was handling his business. He was passing out of the double really quick, early, and Julius was one of the main reasons, basically the main reason we were able to get off to a good start as well, fam. So, with that said, wasn't efficient from the 3-point line, but in terms of the points, rebounding, and domination, A+, Julius Randle, and also you get a signature performance gold star for tonight as well on Julius Randle's best game of the season, A+, signature game, all-star, all-NBA type game. He's back after this. Yes, it's the Charlotte Hornets, but you got to do what you got to do. And he was aggressive early and took care of business. So salute to you, fam, for taking care of biz. And Tom Thibodeau's got your grade there. You've earned a day off, Julius Randle. You get a day off and get to enjoy this extra money. Celebrate, fam. What did you guys see from Julius? What do you give for his grade tonight, fam? As the chat's absolutely popping tonight, and the Knicks, are alive in this, inaugural NBA Cup. It's new to everyone, and a lot of people are very keenly interested to see what happens. Some people don't care about it, but I'm happy for the players first and foremost. It's added this little bit of extra excitement, early in the season, and it's good for the game overall. I think, and the way I always sort of looked at it was like, okay, only one team wins a Larry O'Brien. What about 29 other teams? I'm sick of all the tanking in the league and just games not being competitive, right? At least this gives another trophy for another team, another player, another guys to strive for, and win that extra money as well. So it's going to take a little while for it to grow on people, but that's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, fam. So, Juju Randle, salute to you. The 3-point shot early was flowing. I love the fact that he didn't hesitate. He was pulling up off the dribble, which was big. Don't overthink it. Don't over dribble. Yeah, he was making quick moves, and that's the Julius Randle we like offensively. So, you take it and you run. You run with it. It's against Charlotte, and let's see him build upon this against Detroit. And hopefully, this kick starts a huge run for Julius Randle, for this season, fam. And I think it will. I really do. And the ball movement, trusting the teammates. He was really, really cognizant of getting that rock flowing, fam. And everyone getting into the groove tonight. Nothing like playing like the Charlotte Hornets, fam, to get everyone feeling good and get in rhythm, right? So that was Julius. We'll recap the grades for anyone that's coming through the building later in the show. But Julius, that's your grade, your A+, and a day off, fam. Now, next man up, ladies and gentlemen, in the starting unit, R.J. Barrett. Step up to the podium, son. You had 28 minutes, was 3 of 13 tonight. 1 of 4 from the line. 1 of 4 from 3, but was 9 of 9 from the line. So salute Barrett for 100% free throw shooting. That's been the key theme improvement from carrying in from the summer, fam. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 1 turnover only, 1 foul only, 16 points. And was a 0 in the plus-minus, was neutral. Obviously, on a night offensively, Barrett only had 13 attempts. Was there inefficient early, which is a bit frustrating. But he was aggressive. He was getting to the line, and he was able to draw fouls that, at key times, I think, to help the scoreboard ticking up. He also plays solid defense. RJ Barrett this season has been much improved. I think mismatch-wise, Gordon Hayward Obviously, there was Bridges out there as well. PJ Washington, RJ Barrett's switchable, and he's holding his own. Right, tonight he was just a bit inefficient. Would have liked to see him knock down a few more threes, but I love the 9 of 9 from the line. Like that more than cancels out the inefficiency, because it's 100% from the line and it's 9 attempts, and it's aggression as well. So for 16 points, what do you guys think for RJ Barrett's grade tonight? My grade for RJ Barrett, it's going to be a B. Yep. Solid overall performance outside of the inefficiency, but I love the aggression, getting to the line. I love the steal, 2 assists, 16 points. Obviously, people might look at the 0 plus minus. They were making a run. RJ Barrett was a guy who plays with the bench and the starting unit, though. So he plays with those multiple lineups. We'll talk about Quentin Grimes, but salute Michael, NYC, Jerry in the chat, JJ. JJ says inefficient RJ is back. A C for him. Yeah, I can understand that. I like the fact that he got to the line and shot 100%, but yeah, it has been a little theme, a couple of inefficiencies in a row outside of the after the break, the interruption he had. But I'm not worried. I think obviously the against opponents like this, when you're trying to run and gun. He did miss a couple at the rim as well. 1 of 4 from 3 ain't terrible, but yeah, a lot of those field goal misses came near the rim, where he does get contested heavily, and I think a couple he actually got hit. I feel like he did get fouled, so that was RJ Barrett. But again, from tonight, congrats to you. Enjoy the rest. You get a day off, and enjoy the extra cash and a chance to go to Vegas, man, and win something. We know RJ Barrett won gold at the FIBA World Cup, so he got a chance to build on his NBA resume, fam. And this is the first season, so I know some of these players don't know what to feel yet, but I'm sure some of them are feeling excited, for this thing and what's to come. Let's hit on Quentin Grimes right now before we hit on Brunson. So we have a comment up here on Grimes. JJ says Grimes defended Rozier really well, knocked down a couple of threes. Would have liked to see him get more minutes to gain extra confidence after starting hot. Yeah, let's look at his numbers, and I understand what you're saying for sure. I think Grimes, a couple of 3 balls went down, which was good. 2 of 3, that has to feel good from deep. 2 of 4 from the field. The defense was outstanding. I think early 6 points was a +2, 1 assist and 1 offensive board for Quentin Grimes in 19 minutes. So yeah, pleasing to see Grimes hit 2 3 balls. Still limited minutes right now, and I really feel like obviously Quickley's minutes have gone up a little bit, and DiVincenzo played 18 minutes, and Josh Hart played almost 30. So that's a mixture of guys taking Grimes's minutes, but 50% from the field on low usage, but efficient from 3, and great defense as well. So salute to Grimes for bouncing back, and hitting some 3 balls. Right, he had a donut, and then he had 3 points and 3 points in his last 3 games. So, and we gave him some tough grades. So for tonight, right, he's going to get a better grade for me tonight, and I'm going to give Quentin Grimes a B-. What do you guys think? What do you want to give for Quentin Grimes? B- for me tonight. Efficient from 3, but low usage as well. What's good, Mike? Joe in the chat. And yep, we're about to get it. Now we're heading on to Vegas, fam. So what's good? Everyone coming through the building. And the New York Knicks pull off 115-191, a big win at MSG, and now we are 3 games over 500. We'll look at the road ahead and the standings coming through, fam. But we've got 2 more starters to go in the starting lineup. We've got Jalen Brunson and we've got Mitch coming up. Grimes gets the B-, Julius Randle the A+, and RJ Barrett the B. Julius Randle takes the game ball, and his best game of the season so far. So you get a day off, Quentin Grimes. Enjoy it, and see you in Vegas, man. We'll see you actually against Detroit, first and foremost, before that. But step on up to the podium, Jalen Brunson, fam. You've won a few things in your career, so I know you're going to be fighting hard in Vegas to win this trophy, but enjoy the extra cash. And for tonight, JB was more quiet, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from deep, 40%, 3 boards, 1 offensive, 7 assists, 3 steals, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, 12 points, but a plus 20. So shout out JB after a huge win. He was all over the place, playing solid defense this year. 7 assists, outstanding, team high. Not many shot attempts though, 9 attempts, 12 points. A real point guard type game from JB tonight. And he's going to get a B+ for me tonight, because he's carried the load scoring wise, so many times. But tonight, Brunson did attack when he needed, but also deferred, only 9 attempts. But I love the 7 assists and the 3 steals. Absolutely outstanding overall game. 3 steals, 7 assists, 12 points. Really? What do you guys think for JB? Yep. Appreciate you guys. Quiet Money's in the building, fam. What are your thoughts on this NBA Cup situation and the Knicks getting through? Now, Michael says IQ 23 points, balling out of control right now. Yeah, you're getting ahead of yourself now. I mean, with Quick, we're about to hit on him. But I agree with you, man. Definitely been balling out. And we're about to hit on Quick in a minute, fam. But yeah, we've got the Detroit Hustle coming up. They haven't won a game in 14 games, fam. So there's no way we can let them get one. We've got a chance to go 4 games over 500 after we put the beat down on them. So congrats to Jalen Brunson. You get a day off, fam. So we're given a lot of days off right now with Detroit coming up. Now, the final starter, the big man, highlight plays tonight, money making Mitch, fam. He was out there stuffing and huffing and stuffing. He was all over the place. And he had the big putback jam. Now let's look at Mitch's numbers, fam. He was 3 of 6. And Randle did feed him in the post. So shout out to Randle for the feed. He took a couple of bounces, and I tried to get the post up move, but was stripped. But I love that move. I've been talking about feeding Mitch more and more. So that was excellent. 10 rebounds, 5 offensive, 6 blocks, 4 turnovers, 6 points, but 50% from the field. And Mitchell Robinson plus 18 with 6 points. Defensively was an anchor like he always is. The 6 blocks speak for itself right now. So huge performance from Mitch once again. I love his work this season. Been one of the most consistent Knicks. Last game was down on the free throws, but he didn't shoot any tonight. No free throws from Mitch tonight. So what do we give Mitch for tonight? For me, man, having 10 rebounds, 6 blocks, and 5 offensive boards, man. I mean, I could go A or A plus, but I'm going to go A plus for Mitch tonight. He gets an A plus as well, because 6 blocks is incredible, 10 rebounds, efficient from the field, plus 18 in 32 minutes, right? The Mitch appreciation squad continues for the season. And enjoy the day off, Mitch. Enjoy the extra cash, fam. And I will see you in against Detroit, and I will see you in Vegas, fam, as part of the Elite 8. Yep, let's get it. So, Mitchell Robinson, A plus tonight. Juju Randle also got the A plus, fam. Now, let's hit on the bench, as Michael's been talking about the man of the hour, Emmanuel Quickley. Been absolutely on a tear recently. And a 6th man of the year, step right up to the podium. Before your grade, Emmanuel, you get the gold star. You know what that means. A signature type performance. 6th man of the year, once again. IQ was 9 of 20, 4 of 10 from 3. Hit so many of them late to really get this scoreboard up. You know, some of these guys might need to throw some money IQ's way now that they've got 50 grand each, with a chance to get more, because, yeah, like I said, man, it was close at the end there. You know, trying to outscore Boston, filling it up, man. Boston trying to run up the score on Chicago, but it backfired on them because it wasn't enough. 25 minutes. I love that sweet spot. Firstly, for Quick, you know, you get those opportunities. Obviously, if it's a must-win game, he's going to play more. But I think on a night like this, that's perfect. Got to the line once, hit his 1 free throw, 3 boards, 1 assist, and a turnover and a foul. Was 23 points and a plus 21. Godson, Emmanuel Quickley, step on up to the podium. You get the gold star. And you also get your grade, which is going to be an... Let me fix this up. It's going to be an A. IQ, you get the A salute, and the gold star, fam, for the signature 6-man type performance. Yep, balanced scoring. Luke, what's good? Like Mitch, you said with Mitch, yeah, the back pain was a situation coming in. We weren't sure how serious it was going to be, but yeah, handling his biz 100%. That's what we're all about, man. No complaints. Next man up. Guys just fight, and they come in, fam, as well. So they produce. And yeah, Emmanuel Quickley's been on a tear. He's been probably one of the most consistent Knicks over the last 5 games, I would say. Early in the year had some ups and downs, but 9 of 20. He's flashing his full game. He's getting to the cup. He's really pulling up off the dribble, really strong. As we see Mitch, one of his huge putbacks there, he was beasting, putting him on a poster. But yeah, you love the confidence Quickley's playing with. Really, for me, it starts and ends with that 3-point shot. 4 of 10, 40%, right? That's volume, high volume, and that's efficiency right there. You know, and the ability to pull up off the dribble. There's only a couple of Knicks that can really do that, and we know. You're looking at them on screen in terms of Brunson, Randle, Barrett, and Quickley. And a balanced scoring tonight. 5 guys in the double figures. All of those guys, along with Josh Hart, who we're about to hit on. So that's the key to this team. You know, balanced scoring, not getting bogged down with a Randle or a Brunson, you know. And I know this is going to make a lot of Knicks fans happy with Brunson's performance because, you know, 12 points but 7 assists, getting the assists up, you know, and letting other guys chip in and get amongst the action. right? So we're going to hit on DiVincenzo. We're going to hit on Josh Hart right now coming up. But that was Quickley, the first man off the bench, fam. So salute to the chat. We buzzing right now. The Knicks 3 games over 500. Smash that like button, and let's get back to it. What do you guys give Quickley as well? You guys are agreeing with all my grades. Michael says RJ Barrett B-, Juju an A- tonight. Yep, very close, fam. I gave RJ Barrett a B, and I gave Juju that A+, fam, and the gold star as well. Game ball and a gold star, 100%. So Quickley, you get the day off and enjoy, fam. I'm loving it. The fact that these guys getting that extra bread and a chance to win something now. But the most important thing for the season is that we won tonight and we're 3 games over 500 with a chance to go 11-7. Now we are 10-7 on the season with a chance to go 11-7 against Detroit. Now we've got a lot to say about Dante. Fam, Dante DiVincenzo was 2 of 8 in 18 minutes. He went 2 of 6, hit a couple threes, 2 boards and a steal, 2 turnovers, 6 points, and a +3 and a ±. So yeah, the stats don't really show a good game from DiVincenzo, but in terms of the 3-point shooting, 33% on volume is decent. Really, it's his aggression on defense that I like with DiVincenzo. You know, he tends to either make things happen defensively, or he's efficient offensively with just in terms of not over dribbling, catching and shooting, and just being in the right positions as well. So I thought DiVincenzo was solid tonight, and I love the 3-point shooting, the range. What's good, old head? Luke says IQ A+ for you. Yep, filling it up. And he's been so consistent recently, man. I love his performances, and he really is full of confidence. That was a nice dish and an and one from Josh Hart. But before we talk about Hart, DiVincenzo's grade, man. This one's a little more difficult because, the stats don't show a lot. But DiVincenzo, he got his steal. He's been usually getting a couple of steals per game. He had a really nice steal, gets in passing lanes, hit a couple threes, one of them big late as well. So I'm going to give the big Ragu, I'll give him a C+. What do you guys think for DiVincenzo? C+? Do you think that's fair? Do you want to give something else? Luke says defense is outstanding, B+. You like his D? Yep, getting in the passing lane, most definitely. Michael gives Grimes a B. I gave Grimes a B-, I believe, a much better grade than what he's been doing recently. So, yeah, good to see these guys getting hopefully to some sort of rhythm now against these easier teams. You know, that's what you need. And let's hit on Josh Hart right now, as he had a big-time performance, one of our 5 guys in double figures. Josh was 7 of 10, 2 of 3 from deep, outstanding, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 fouls, a turnover, with 17 points on a +25, man. Salute, Josh. Step on up to the podium, fam, because you're always a winning player, as I say, in terms of ±, generally a whopping +25, right? Second to Julius Randle in the ±, but big minutes tonight. But you hit some shots and you got that opportunity. You know, I know that you guys have heard these quotes. It's a little disappointing that Hart's talking about, you know, not feeling involved offensively and, you know, talking publicly about it. He hasn't been efficient. His looks, come generally within the flow of the offense. There's going to be a stretch where Hart's not getting many looks. Hopefully after tonight, things settle down a bit. I think it might be a little bit of frustration with his role in terms of playing the backup four and him, not liking it. Wanting to be that wing and that gets up and down, pushes the break, not having big guys, and backing him down, all of that. It's been an adjustment, for Josh Hart. He is playing that different role than he was last year in terms of playing bigger. Now, Tibbs tried to squash it and said, I'm not playing Hart any different to what I did last year. So I think, I lean more towards what Josh is saying in terms of, his looks have come at different parts of the game than they did last year. He was getting a few more wide open shots, but he also has been passive at times as well. And that comes in because he hasn't been shooting at a very good efficiency. So look, with that said, I think Hart's just got to get back to basics. Shoot the open three, don't hesitate, push the break, move the rock, swing and drive, and be aggressive at the rim. He got a couple fouls, got a foul and one. So he's just got to be aggressive, and that'll help open the defense up. So with that said, man, Hart had an excellent performance tonight. Josh, you will get a B+ for me tonight. Step on up. Enjoy that day off. Great game. Hustling, rebounding. And good to get among the score sheet, double figures tonight. So salute to Josh. Key part of the bench. I prefer not to play him 30 minutes. I would prefer to play DiVincenzo a little bit more, or Quickley more minutes. Even RJ Barrett more minutes. But we know how much Tibbs loves Hart. 29 minutes tonight. Obviously, with the backup four situation, it's matchup dependent. But one of his best games of the season so far. So salute, Josh. Luke, the DiVincenzo timely steal was that momentum play. I love his aggression. He really is a great pickup, DiVincenzo. Just wait till he continues to stretch the floor out, but shoot at a better clip. I think it's coming. I think it's been an adjustment. We're not even 20 games in, and I think that's what continues to get lost, in terms of among people and guys that watch the team. It takes a little bit more than a quarter of a season with new guys, new surroundings, and but defensively, DiVincenzo's really picked it up with his aggression and getting in the lanes, also pushing the break. So he's a real key cog of this bench with Quickley, DiVincenzo, Hart, and RJ Barrett, and we're going to cause some headaches for the rest of the league. So salute. The next guy was Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, the final grade. Step on up to the podium, fam. Isaiah only played 13 minutes, was 2 of 3. 6 rebounds, 3 offensive, 2 assists, 2 fouls, 4 points, and a +7. Isaiah Hartenstein, like I always say, but when Mitch goes out, we don't miss a beat with rebounding. 3 offensive once again, big time. Absolutely big time. 6 rebounds in 13 minutes. He really is doing his job. You're really doing your role, Isaiah, as well. So congrats to you again. You enjoy that day off. Enjoy the extra cash. And you're going to get a B. Isaiah Hartenstein. Enjoy, fam. Good grade. Solid performance. And I love your work. Love your hustle. Love the energy you bring, giving us second chance points. And all of that. So, well done. And a great pickup as a backup center. Isaiah Hartenstein's, I think, is the best backup in the league. Really, Really, he's been so consistent recently. He's another guy who's unlucky, who could play more minutes. Really, 13 minutes. I think the fact that Mitch is so dominant is probably that most the reason. Fam. Michael wants to give the gold star also to Mitch. Let's do that. Actually, there was a signature defensive player of the year type performance, right? All defensive team. So let's get Mitch back up, and Isaiah step off the podium, fam, and Mitch with the gold star, and also the A+ that I gave Mitch as well. We can officially call him now Money Making Mitch, because he's pulling in the money right now with the blocks, in this NBA Cup. Salute. Mitchie, A+. Luke says as a team, the Knicks are 47, 40, 90, and a 2 of 3 free throw percentage. Great numbers, man. That's excellent. And also Luke says Josh finally getting to the rim, play into his strengths. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, shoot the wide open 3. Try not to hesitate too much. And then when they do close out, if you hit a couple and they close out, then drive. Yep. See, he's trying to drive before he's hit a couple shots, and they're not biting. They're not going to bite if you're not hitting the shot. So I think hit a couple and then they close out, and then, the lanes open up, man. But one of the biggest things I loved about Josh last year was pushing the break. He really did get 4 to 6 fast break points per game, as a whole. And that's something that we really needed. We're 30th we're 29th in pace. So Josh is quite decent as a ball handler. He doesn't really turn the ball over much. 1 turnover tonight in 30 minutes is excellent. But, he doesn't have the ball a lot, but he's quite assured with it usually. I trust him with the ball a little bit more than Quentin Grimes dribbling and with Devo as well. So, yeah, man, money making Mitch. The Knicks, all Knicks got a day off. No one needs film session yet. No one needs practice, right? Why? Because we've got the Detroit Pistons coming in. And I let these guys celebrate a little bit. Let these guys soak it in for one night, for one night only, because they've qualified, fam. And I'm gonna continue to refresh Twitter as we go to find out the rest of the scores around the league, and find out where the New York Knicks actually qualified, whether it's the wild card or through actually winning the group. So, we have some news, fam. The East quarterfinals are set, fam. And it's the New York Knicks at the Milwaukee Bucks, right? So, looks like the Bucks got the top spot in the group. So, we have to go to the Bucks for the quarterfinals, fam. Okay, and then the Celtics will be at the Pacers, fam. One of the West quarterfinals is set, and that's the Phoenix Suns at the LA Lakers, right? And the results of the final 3 games tonight will determine the other West quarterfinal. So the East is set. The New York Knicks are heading to the Bucks, and the Celtics will play at the Pacers as well. So we owe the Bucks one, fam. Let's get it. What do you guys think with that news right now? Do you like our chances against Milwaukee? We didn't have our full strength team last time. RJ Barrett was out with migraine, and we've got everyone fit and healthy now. And there's that extra juice, whether it's the cup or this cash. The Knicks are going to play as hard as possible for this one, because they've got 100,000 reasons why, fam, to go after it hard. And I love it. So, now let me pull up the December, the schedule for December as we wait for the actual official dates, but it's going to be either the Monday or the Tuesday. As I continue to refresh, it may have been announced already, but we're doing this on the fly live. On the streets are buzzing, and it's going to be Tuesday or Monday, the 4th or the 5th next week. So what's going to happen is we've got Detroit on we've got Detroit on Thursday, 7:30 tip, MSG. Right? Then the very next day, unfortunately it's a back-to-back, then we fly to the 6th. And we've got the Toronto Raptors in just a normal NBA regular season game. Then we got 2 days rest, Saturday, Sunday, and then we're going to play either Monday or Tuesday at the Bucks. And this is not going to count for the regular season. This is going to be only an NBA in-season tournament cup game as well. So I believe that's how it's going to work. And the New York Knicks will get an additional, because if they do end up in Vegas, they're going to end up having to play some of those extra 2 additional makeup games. Yeah, I agree with you, Michael. Never scared of these Bucks. Love it, man. Great attitude. We play them tough. Like I said, man, Damian Lillard's not the defender that Drew Holiday is. They've kind of been streaky. They've been up and down with him, and they're still trying to figure things out. So yeah, I love our chances, right? So let's see how it goes. But we're really got to take care of these next 2 before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Yeah, like Luke says too, Brunson is going to feast on Dame. Yep. Knicks have to increase the passing against the Bucks though to have a good chance. Yeah, I like the fact that we have that recently in terms of Julius kicking it out. I agree with you. We've got to get those assists up, but we've got to shoot well. Really, on the road's tough if you don't stretch the floor and hit some early shots. Like tonight, Julius was hitting. Right, he was absolutely hitting, like you see here, man. Just stepping into it, and that was nothing but net, fam. So that was big, and good starts are everything for this team. If we dig ourselves a hole, it's gonna be tough. So we refreshed the Knicks account and officially clinched to the New York Knicks now advance to the knockout rounds, baby. And we're playing the Milwaukee Bucks now in the NBA Cup. So feel good vibes all around. And the road to Vegas continues, basically. But we do have to play at the Bucks in the quarterfinals. Only the semifinals and the finals are in Vegas. So we're gonna head to Milwaukee and handle our business. But yeah, Julius Randle's 25, 20, and 5, gold star, A+, game ball for Juju Randle, right? And blew out the Hornets. Stood on our business, fam. 115-91. We had Tracy Morgan there, loving it. The action at MSG. Brunson giving everyone a clap. Salute to you, JB, for your assists, 7 assists. And money-making Mitch, fam, with the gold star defensive team player with this big putback. Tonight followed it in right down Broadway, baby. Right, no one boxing out. The Hornets were ready to get out of the building tonight, man. They were just ready to get out of there, man. I've got to feel once again, prayers up for LaMelo Ball. Looks like he's going to be out for a minute with a strained ankle, and it could be at least a month. maybe longer as well. But yeah, the Hornets, he was their biggest bright spark, but Brandon Miller has been a really good piece for them coming in. Obviously, drafted last year. Brandon Miller has been excellent so far, fam. Buzzer says, to Vegas we go. Yeah. What are you putting your money on, man? Let me know, fam. We know you're going to bring us that luck. Right. Great point. Michael says too, we must lock down Dame. We really, really must lock down Damian Lillard because Giannis doesn't always shoot well. Chris Middleton's really fallen off a bit. Brook Lopez too. So yeah, we're going to bring it. Best believe. I feel confident we're going to bring our best game for this one. You know, it has a bit of extra juice, and I think we're really going to get up for it too, fam. But yeah, the Ball brothers just can't stay healthy, unfortunately. That's been the tale of their careers so far, but the talent is off the charts, you know. But yeah, I love the versatility of Brunson. You know, 3 steals, 7 assists. A point guard that's evolving in his game defensively. Not trying to say he's a plus defender because I'm not getting that carried away, but if Brunson's playing like that all-star on the offensive end and becomes a solid defender, that's going to be huge for us and for his career. You know, he'll be a perennial All-NBA type player for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, hopefully, as well. Such a young player still, only 27, Jalen Brunson. Think about this kind of play we're getting, and think about this for the next 6, 7, 8 years, hopefully longer. But you look at the level Steph Curry's still playing at 33 as well, 33, 34. Jalen Brunson still has about 7 years left until he gets to that as well. So we really are, we've really been deserving of this, you know, a point guard like that. And then another point guard off the bench, backing him up, fam. Oh, that was a nasty cross from JB late as well. Right down Broadway. The crossover, fam. Yep. He's ambidextrous. That's what I love about Brunson too. Whatever he's lacking, he makes up for that with the additional skill and heart and hustle that he has. He's built physically as well. He's physically strong. You know, he's not a slim, skinny point guard like a LaMelo, like a Rozier, you know, like a Trae Young. He's not a skinny type point guard. He's strong, and that's what allows him to be a factor on both sides too, taking charges, getting contact, finishing in traffic, finishing with the soft touch as well, man. Yeah, you got your heart. You got to go with your heart, 100%, man. Hearts with orange and blue. That's what we do. Joe says Brunson plays too physical, though, to last like Steph. Hopefully, with the New York Knicks, yeah, we don't run him into the ground. That's going to be key to your point. That's definitely a worry in terms of usage. But I would like to think in a year's time we would get these guys another all-star in here, so we can see stat lines like we do with Brunson tonight. You know, in terms of the 7 assists. You know, we don't see it as often, and I do get on Brunson for it too. You know, he's very capable of it, but he knows for this team he needs to be a primary scorer as well. So I think, you know, he tries to do what the team needs. But yeah, if we get another bona fide scorer, or he plays with Quickley more, I think we might start to see more passing Brunson and flash that game as well. But speaking of a guy who doesn't really pass as much or need to, Emmanuel Quickley is a bucket if I've ever seen one. Most of you guys have been Knicks fans for a minute. Like Latrell Sprewell, we've been spoiled with Jamal Crawford, Allen Houston, J.R. Smith. Who's been one of your favorite Knicks at just getting a bucket, right? Nothing else, just a guy who gets buckets, right? There's been so many come through. Emmanuel Quickley's right up there, and his career has just begun, But obviously, Latrell Sprewell, Allen Houston in that 99 run was huge. The J.R. Smith years, they were fun too. They were really fun, right? There were not. He was a sixth man of the year with the New York Knicks, so right, he was a signature type player, like a gold star, and with Emmanuel Quickley, right? He would have been getting lots of these, fam. Like Quick's been getting, J.R. Smith really was that bucket, and he never saw a shot he didn't like. Buzzer says BK, is your favorite Nick. Appreciate you for that, man. BK, the original 30. He has to be probably top of the list for me too in terms of bucket getters. I think along like Amari, he had a stretch of like 15 games where it was like 30 in a row. So keep it coming. Luke says Marbury at getting a bucket. Most definitely, man. In fact, there's similarities to Brunson, not in terms of like flashy play, but a guy that just puts their head down and gets you buckets as well, man. My friends got me a Marbury jersey when I turned 21 as well. So I still got it, still rock it as well with the Steph. And I was so hyped when we traded for Steph as well, because that was an era where we were waiting for someone, to really come in and help, raise the franchise up, as that all-star, Steph Marbury. I was really pumped. And yeah, John Starks is one of my favorite Knicks of all time. Michael says John Starks for me, CT. Six man of the year as well, while we're talking about six men. But a lone time all-star, John Starks, number 3, the original, stepped right up. We know he could get a bucket. Absolutely, anytime, man. Don't want to talk about the 94 final so much, but one game he was on fire, one game he didn't. But he always loved putting it up. Fam. Joe says, I'm disclosing my age, but Walt Clyde Frazier is my top guy. He's still with us and he's still rocking those flashy suits. And the arguably the Knicks GOAT. Walt Clyde, fam. My other favourite Nick is Patrick, the captain, Patrick Ewing. Not the original Captain Willis, rest in peace, but Patrick. Yeah, look, I would be for it, 100%. Bernard King's jersey. My thing is, like, people thought about Melo. My initial thoughts is to just not retire Melo's jersey, but if you're going to retire one or the other in BK's or Melo's, I would rather retire both. Just do both separately, obviously, not together, but separately. But then what does that mean for Julius? You see, is Julius going to have to change his number? Not saying that's a factor at all. Like, if you're going to retire 30, you do it, and you figure it out later. But yeah, I'm for you with that, with BK. Yeah, Kenny the Animal Bannister as well. Yep. We love the fire and desire from Willis, 100%. Right, yep, these guys showed out. 100%, man. So, yeah, we're feeling good, and we're just freestyling right now. But let me officially get up this wild card situation, right? And the game for next week, right, in the in-season tournament, as the New York Knicks advance as the fourth spot, the first wild card spot in this NBA Cup, taking on the Milwaukee Bucks next week, while the Boston Celtics will go to Hicktown and face Indiana. So that's going to be a really, really fun game. Actually, both of these games in the East are going to be real fun. Super fun. So, yep, in the East. So that's how close it became. If you look at the differential, right? Boston finished plus 27. We finished plus 42. So, barring that late run from the Knicks and the late run from Chicago, the Boston Celtics were actually in a really good spot to get that wild card, but they ended up winning the group. So it actually didn't matter. With that said, the Knicks are there, man. Wild card clinched. Now, you got to feel for Cleveland. No money for you. So back to practice for Cleveland, right? You don't get anything. Empty-handed. Once again, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You had a nice win, but you finish 3-1 as well, plus 29. Thankfully, we had the Wizards, and thankfully we had the Hornets in our group. Who would have thought, man? Most people were thinking, all right, we've got the Heat and we've got the Bucks. We're screwed. You know, we're in the toughest group in the East. What ended up coming to be was that we had the Wizards and we had the Hornets. All we had to do was beat the Heat and then put the beat down on those other two bad teams, and that was enough to get our points up. Right, that was the main thing, fam. But yeah, man, Anthony Mace in your face. The 94 Knicks and the 99 Knicks are my two favorite from my fandom, basically. So yeah, I salute to them, right? Salute for the 94 New York Knicks, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, Derek Harper. And then the 99 Knicks going on that magical run. Right, so yeah, you guys let us know, what are your favorite Knick teams, fam? As we have Josh Hart, the comedian that Josh Hart is. Man, he's funny. He tweeted out a picture of a Rolex with two eyes. So Josh Hart's going to cop himself that Rolex, fam, with his extra K. So salute to you, Josh, fam. Now let's look at the standings in terms of the regular season. Now, of course, this win was important, because for us, we're now 3 games over 500 in the East. And we move above Indiana. And look at that, we're only 2 games behind Philly in 4th spot, with a chance to put the beat down on Detroit as well. So we got Detroit Thursday, and then Friday in the 6 in Toronto, 2 days off, and then we're going to play this NBA Cup game in Milwaukee for the quarterfinals. Now, the Knicks are at 10-7, 3.5 games back of first, and 2 games back of Philly as well, who have caught a break. They've had a more easier schedule. They've obviously dealt with some moving parts with Tyrese Maxey gone, but I like the Knicks' position after 17 games, fam. Like I keep saying, we haven't even finished a quarter of the season yet, and we here. Like the cap says, we here. Right, we've done the heavy lifting. A lot of these teams have got more difficult schedules coming up, so we can't go backwards from here on out. It's handle our business, because look at December, fam. The orange games are the away games. So after Detroit, Toronto, the week of the NBA Cup, Toronto again at home, then Utah, Phoenix, the Clippers, the Lakers, Brooklyn on a 5-game road trip again. Then Milwaukee. Home, not even home, home and home, both of them at home. and then Oklahoma, Orlando, Indy. Man, this is the toughest month of the season, actually. If we're looking not in terms of back-to-backs, but in terms of opponents. So it really doesn't come easy, fam. Yeah, I think the Pacers are for real. There's going to be some growing pains still, but I think they might clinch the 6th or the 7th spot, depending on how the Heat do. Maybe the Magic might slide a little bit, but I do think the Magic are as good as the Pacers too, fam. Yeah. Yeah, Luke loves the 92 Knicks. I also love the 97 Knicks. Unfortunately, in Miami with those suspensions, man. But we had an amazing team with Patrick at the later stage of his career. But, I love that team, fam. Yes, sir. Buzzer with the stats. We're on pace for a 48-win season. So, exactly what I predicted too. And I think, we're looking good. We've got to stay healthy, of course, but we're clicking. I think we've got extra gears too we could go to. Too, fam. So, yeah, I like the standings where they're at. Maybe the top 6 stays the same. If you guys think there's someone in the top 6 that falls out, who comes in? Is it the Cavs? Is it the Heat? Brooklyn Nets, unless they make a big splash, I don't think are going to really move much. They might be in that 7 or 8, but they're not going to make the actual playoff spot. But I could see the Heat or the Cavs, do something. Obviously, when the Heat get Tyler Hero back, they're going to be a little more stronger. The Cavs, see, I don't know about the Cavs. Maybe people did just originally overrate them, Maybe their ceiling is what it is, as constructed. I'm sure they can climb a bit, but I just don't think the Cavs are a top 4 team right now. Jarrett Allen's a one-way kind of guy. Doesn't give you any offense. Evan Mobley's still young, still very raw to be an elite team in the East. He hasn't stepped up enough. And then then you've got a lot of the load on Spider and Garland. They're in a similar way to the Knicks rely heavily on Randle and Brunson, except the Knicks have senior veterans and then a quality 6-man of the year to come in. Cleveland don't have that. So I predicted we were better than Cleveland, and so far it's been true. Obviously they're not far back. They're only 10-8, but long ways to go still. But I really feel like we are better than them, and that's not even taking into account the playoffs. I think we just got a better balance. But Buzzer says I'm still holding on to my prediction of 50 plus with the 3rd seed. Hold on to it, man. Of course, we're looking like that's very achievable. But I think at the halfway point is going to be a really nice stretch to evaluate, the pathway forward. And I think with the trade deadline, potentially as well. But yeah, I like what you're saying with terms of Toronto. That's a big game. So the Raptors are outside of the play-in. They're desperate. They're 8-10. And then you got the Hawks as well with Trae Young, DeJounte Murray. They're all talk, right? They don't want that smoke, really. The Hawks love to talk, but they're not really about it, fam. So let's look at the results from tonight, right? How did we come to this point? So, we've got a classic game right now with the Mavericks and the Rockets in West Group B. Who do you think takes that one out? Looks like the Mavs are going to hold on, but the Rockets might have the final possession. Let's see. The Warriors badly need this one. That's a huge lead against the Kings. And then the Knicks took care of business. The Bucks came back from behind to clinch Group B by beating the Heat. So the Heat go home empty-handed as well. Pat Riley, Jimmy Butler. You've earned nothing right now. You can go home. So it's your Indiana, Celtics, Milwaukee, and the Knicks that advance. The Cavs just miss out, but they did beat the Hawks, which is a good win for them at home, and further pummeling the pain on the Hawks right now, under 500. Right, they traded John Collins, they traded for DeJounte Murray, and right now they're mediocre at best. They're mid. Speaking of mid, the Raptors are the definition of mid, beaten by another mid team, the Brooklyn Nets. And then the Celtics, did pile on the pain for the Bulls, but fortunately for us, not too much. So we here. And the T-Wolves pick up another huge win. They're surging over the Thunder as well. So big time. Let's see what happens with this Mavericks game right now. But Bricks Nation's in the building. Yeah, Mark Cuban sold the majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks, fam, but he still holds control of basketball decisions, basketball ops, but he has sold the franchise, the majority stake. That came out of left field, fam. He's also quit Shark Tank after 16 seasons. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories flying around. What's Cuban doing? What's he putting together all this time and money together for? It's going to be interesting to see. He's definitely got something up his sleeve, man. Luka, I could always have seen Luka leave. I don't think Luke is kind of that guy like KP. He was never attached to one franchise. If it's winning, I think he'll stay. And if they're losing, I think by the time his next contract's up, by the time Kyrie, is too old and is ready to give it up as well, I think that might be the right time for him to move. So that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, the Mavericks. He bought the Mavericks in 2000 for $280 million, and sells them 23 years later, fam, for $3.5 billion. So, yeah, man, he's definitely doing something with that bread, man. I saw some people saying he's going to run for president. I don't see that happening, but yeah, man, to sell the Mavericks for $3.5 billion, leave Shark Tank, something's up. He's going to be doing something. You guys let us know. What do you think? Replay squad, chat. Yeah, I was surprised, man. He looked like a guy that was just going to own the Dallas Mavericks forever. Close to his heart. Obviously, he's still going to be very involved. His decision holds sway in basketball operations, but yeah, I never thought he'd sell. I really never thought he'd sell that franchise, man, for that kind of money. Who bought it? I think it was a partnership, a female and another guy. I think, from what I'm reading, it's, super wealthy people. Someone whose wealth, $2 billion, is only 10% of their wealth. Think about that. So, yeah, maybe he wants part of the New Vegas team, Bricks. That's a good conspiracy. Maybe he wants to build another sphere like James Dolan in Dallas. But yeah, you're going to need that money for something, man. Otherwise, if your passion project is the Mavericks, and the Mavericks' value is just going to continue to grow anyway, so there was no need to sell it now. You're going to need that capital for something, man. Maybe a football or a baseball team. Yeah, man. He's a tech giant. Maybe he's looking at the next AI, crypto. Man, how much crypto can 3.5 billion get you, man? Can you guys do the calculations? How much crypto does that get you, man? Yeah, he is a level-headed guy for that, for the money he's got. But that came because he came into the sport, into the league when it really wasn't thriving like it is now in terms of like commercial dollars, TV rights, all of that. But to see the league, rise up as he's been the owner, there's been some interesting things, But we're waiting for this damn score to refresh, man. Must be a timeout. Okay, looks like the Mavericks have won 121 to 115. They go 10-6. So yeah, solid start for the Mavericks this year. They obviously took our draft pick from tanking. Derek Lively looks really good. I gotta say that worked for them. They were that close to giving that draft pick to us on the very final day. They needed to tank. Remember that, guys? And I think Derek Lively's really helped them. He's been a ready-made dude. I don't know who we would have taken if we had that draft pick anyway. Maybe we would have traded it. Maybe we would have taken Derek Lively as a replacement for Hart, who's an unrestricted free agent. But they've got a ceiling. They're a better team. I just don't think it's going to work long term. I think Luka is going to end up leaving. I don't see him and Kyrie getting it done. I just think they need another piece. Timmy's been doing still pretty well for them as well. So, but our own gunner, Emmanuel Quickley, gets the gold star for Sixth Man of the Year performance tonight. He got an A. Julius Randle, A+, gold star game ball for his best game of the season. Stand up. Everyone gets a day off. Mitchell Robinson, gold star, signature, all defensive player type performance tonight with 6 blocks, 10 boards, and really good performance. So with that said, fam, let's lap this thing up and get ready to wrap up and come back for another big game on Thursday against Detroit and go 4 games over 500, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great chopping this up with you all. We're playing Milwaukee in the quarterfinals for this NBA Cup next week, and congrats to these Knicks for winning. So salute to everyone, salute Replay Squad, peace, happiness, blessings, and orange and blue skies, fam. Have a great night.